Riding for me takes you into another dimension where you get into your own world and the world around you almost comes to a complete stop.
I enjoy it because there's so much freedom involved. You can go places that you've never been. You can climb mountains you've never been on and descend from mountains you've never been on.
It becomes very addictive. There's nothing else on this planet that can do this for the human body.
The Maricopa Association of Governments is committed to improving all forms of transportation across our region.
And one of the best ways to get around our region is as easy as riding a bike.
Tempe Town Lake is just one part of our regional bikeway master plan.
And we love to ride.
So don't get left behind.
Because there is a lot to see. And this plan is designed to connect our trails and our communities.
Cut down on pollution, and make our region one of the most livable areas in the country.
Biking isn't just kid stuff anymore. It's for all of us.
So put down the gas pump. Pump up your tires. And pump up your heart.
And gear up for an alternative way to travel.
When we think of travel in our valley, we think of these. After all, commuters in our region drive more than 70 million miles every weekday. This is one alternative, and this another. But the cleanest and greenest alternative of all is actually hundreds of years old. It relies purely on human power, and it's quite a ride.
People actually riding to work and to their shopping and whatever else they need to do, they're choosing to jump on the bicycle instead of firing up the oil burner.
People don't need their cars to get to work. They can get on their bicycle and literally ride to work.
The Maricopa Association of Governments, or MAG, is the metropolitan planning organization for the Maricopa region. MAG is dedicated to connecting our region, cutting down on congestion, cleaning our air, and funding and implementing alternative modes of transportation such as bicycling.
We continue to work hard to strive to have alternative modes of transportation in our region.
I ride.
I ride.
I ride.
It's a great alternative here in Phoenix to be able to bike to work instead of driving my 4x4 on the freeways.
And I think Arizona is a wonderful place.
Buckeye has a bicycle pedestrian bridge overpass.
In developing a 5-year transportation improvement program, the MAG Bicycle and Pedestrian Committee meets with the public and MAG member agencies. The committee produces the Regional Bikeway Master Plan and Regional Bikeways Map. It helps identify projects using federal and local dollars to build bike lanes and paths. Over the last several years, the Bike and Ped Committee has helped make great inroads when it comes to bike-friendly infrastructure.
When I started commuting in the early 70s, there were no bike lanes. Everybody shared the road with the cars. The travel lanes were narrow. The sidewalks were narrow, if they existed.
In early 1990s, we had 400 miles of bike paths. Today, we have over 2,500 miles of bike paths. What an outstanding job that the MAG Bike and Pedestrian Committee has done for our community.
So the investment in paths and on-street bike lanes and routes has just been significant over the last 2 decades.
Connectivity is key, and so is the concept of everyone working together.
You know, it truly is a regional program, a regional effort, and 23 cities and towns, I think ultimately you're going to be able to touch them all from the regional trail system. So it's something that everybody's involved in, everybody's going to benefit from.
The regional plan and map serve as guides for our region's bike network. On the map, you will find tips and information about bike routes, safety, bike laws, health, and cycling as a transportation alternative.
So one of the great things about living in Phoenix is that with a little bit of planning, you don't have to use any of the major roads. MAG has put out a really nice little bike map that you can get at many bike stores, and it's also available online as a PDF.
Whether you're commuting to work, pedaling to school, or cruising on the weekend, MAG's Regional Bikeway Master Plan has something for all of us. Our region's grid system is easy to navigate and connect you to roads, bike lanes, and trails. So, whatever path you choose, don't get left in the dark. And with all these great ways to get around, now, all you have to worry about is choosing a bike. There's road bikes, mountain bikes, triathlon bikes, tandem bikes, recumbent bikes, utility bikes, BMX bikes, cruiser bikes.
What's cool about owning a bike shop are there are hundreds of bikes to choose from. This is a full line of ladies cruisers bicycles that we carry. It's the CDO1, it's got full Ultegra on it. They're not your grandma's bikes anymore. It's not like buying a bike off the rack at the department store where you really don't know what you're getting. If you look at the different color schemes that are put out, all the different prints, very artsy, very floral.
In this case, when it's on closeout, you get a lot more bang for your buck.
Right. This is a 1953 Monarch Firestone Super Cruiser. It's just like the bike I grew up with. I bought it on eBay. It's got a working horn, an AM radio, a working headlight, single speed, about 70 pounds, lots of fenders. It's a lot of fun to ride.
We work in the city, it's a very transient area. People are going to and from work using their bicycles as their vehicles. A couple of different styles that we do have, the retro look as well as the newer look.
All right, so what we're going to look at is your tibial tuberosity to make sure that your knee is in the appropriate position over the spindle.
Fitting a bike to a customer is a real science.
What I need you to do, Jake, I just need you to slowly lower your chest down toward the bar. Continue pedaling now.
Bike shops like this one can size any rider to any bike type. Proper sizing allows more comfort, creates a safer ride, and helps cyclists avoid injuries.
That bike almost fits you, man.
Not all bikes are created equal. These are aerodynamic, full carbon, precision machines. Machines which would make NASA proud. They are built for extreme speed, incredible handling, and they're as light as a feather. But these top-of-the-line bikes can get real pricey.
So instead of $4,500, it's on closeout for $36.
Right.
Road bikes can range anywhere from $400 to $500, all the way up to what Lance Armstrong rides, which is in the $10,000+ range.
But you don't need to spend a fortune to get into biking. Many lower-cost options are available. And if you're extremely thrifty, you might even consider building your own bike.
So one of the hip trends in the cycling community right now is to find a thrift store bike and recycle it and turn it into a single speed or a commuting bike. It's pretty easy to do. You can find online resources or even read some books and build your own bike.
If you do opt for a very expensive bike, you're probably a serious rider.
I've been riding for such a long time, I think I'm addicted to it.
Scottsdale resident Bob Smith is a riding fanatic. A superbly conditioned athlete. An ultra-competitive cyclist. And perhaps even a bit eccentric.
I wanted an industrial theme for my living room, so I painted the walls gray, and somebody came in and said I needed color in here, so I painted these paintings real quick, and the tables are hanging from the ceiling, and I thought the bikes would match.
Bob is one example of a valley cyclist. Johns is another.
Can we say bye to Daddy and give him